Good morning. It is not morning. It's 4:15 p.m. on Friday, January 14th, 2022. I'm Christiana Ellis. I just got home. This is 5 more minutes. So I recorded this morning's video extra early because I had to get up and go to the office early. But I discovered later, after I was already at work, that I had once again uploaded a video with no sound. And then my busy day at work pretty much continued in that vein, where got a lot of work done in the context of completing the tasks that I was trying to complete, but a lot of what I do involves um, well, I don't know. I don't want to get into too much detail, except as to say that we're running a lot of tests, and for several of them, the results were not what I hoped, and that is not entirely under my control, but it's also my job to try to get it as much in control as I can, and yeah, so today was not the best day in that regard, and what are you going to do, right? But I'm here now. I got to come home and pet my dog. That's pretty good. He's over there being a sleepy boy because he was at doggy daycare. And I'm pretty much good for the rest of the evening. Just going to hang out. I'm going to watch last night's Critical Role. Maybe if I'm feeling it later, have some wine. So what did I talk about yesterday? Well, or when I recorded my video this morning, I talked a little bit about getting more into the supernatural fitness app on the Oculus Quest, and really kind of enjoying that. I mean, it's a workout. It's fun. You know, it's very gamified. It's encouraging. It's well put together. I like it. I'm digging it. I'm going to do it more. The workouts I'm doing so far are not terribly strenuous. I'm not doing super long ones yet, but that's all right because I'm actually, coming from a period of relative, not getting much exercise at all except for just walk and rocket. And so, starting slow is the right move there anyway. But the other thing that I did last night is I rewatched the original Scream. Obviously, we've got a new Scream movie coming out, which is Scream 5, although I guess they're not using the number 5 in it. That's old hat these days. But it wasn't even really so much that there was a new movie coming out as much as it's indirectly that, because since there is a new one coming out, one of my favorite movie podcasts, Unspooled, is going to talk about the original next week on their next episode. And so I decided to rewatch it for that reason. And you know what? It's a good movie. Holds up really well, I thought. I haven't watched it in a long time. It is certainly not timeless. It is extremely mid-90s. But at the same time, that doesn't, hurt it. It feels just very much of its time. And it's exciting rewatching it. Like, one of the things about any slasher movie is that it often... Well, I guess that's not really true. I was going to say, there's a central tension in Scream about who's the killer, right? I think in a lot of slasher movies, that actually tends not to be true. Because the slasher killer usually is, it's not one of the other characters. They are just their own thing, right? Like Jason is not one of the camp counselors. Freddy is not one of the high school students he terrorizes, etc., etc. But in any case, that's the central sort of mystery at the heart of Scream. And knowing the answer, which I won't spoil here, even though it's a 25-year-old movie, you rewatch it and you go, oh yeah, that's cool. And then, of course, you can, grin knowingly at all the bits where they give you red herrings to suspect someone else and all of that sort of thing. And it's fun. And It's surprisingly scary, even all these years later. And yeah, I have not yet decided if I'm going to try to watch all of the others before the new one, because I mean, there's a part of me that wants to, but that is also watching three movies, two, three, and four, which, as I recall, are not as good as the first one. And there's other things that I could maybe spend my time on that I would enjoy more. So I don't know. I'm still ambivalent about that. But in the meantime, I'll leave it here and I will talk to you all tomorrow for 5 more minutes. Hopefully, this one has sound.